This is a BMW M140i, slightly modified, very nice looking car, and the customer wanted engine remote start. So we can't just fit a standalone engine remote start to this vehicle, we had to do it with an alarm system. So we opted for the Pandora Smart Pro version 4, so it's the latest Smart Pro alarm system. So the alarm system is actually controlling the remote start, that's allowing this car to start remotely. So it has an app. The alarm system has its own SIM card in there, so as long as you've got mobile phone network, you could start the engine up in this car anywhere in the world. So there's no restrictions at all, as long as you've got mobile phone network. So at the moment it's locked and armed. With the remote start, when it activates and starts, the car will still be locked and the security will still be active. So don't feel that the actual car is insecure, because it's not insecure at all. So if anyone does try breaking into it, the actual engine will switch off and the immobiliser will kick in and the alarm system will go off. So let me show you the engine remote start. I'm just using the app. So if I push and hold this button here, it basically goes through the cycle and it will start in a few seconds. Now with the engine running, you can in effect just jump in and drive off. So I'm going to just show you that. But you could also switch off the engine on the app as well if you want to do that. So here, all I'm going to do is unlock the door, jump in, and then technically I could just drive off. But also what I want to do, if I lock it now, I just want to show you the fact that you can actually start the engine up and then you could switch it off if you want to do that. Now the length of time that you want the engine remote start to work is programmable, so you could actually do that yourself. So it's been set for 60 minutes, so if you do the engine remote start, it'd actually keep the car running for an hour, and after an hour it'll switch itself down, unless you jump into the car and drive off, that is. Because you might do the engine remote start and then you forget completely about jumping into it, or something's happened and you just didn't want to drive off at that moment, but you forgot to switch it off, it'll switch off by itself after an hour, so it's not going to keep on running. So if I activate the engine remote start again, so let the car start up, so all you have to do is push that and then it'll send the command to switch it off, like so. There's another way you could actually use the engine remote start. The vehicle is still locked. It's by using the factory remote. Now, if you do use the factory remote, you lock it, you have to give it a minute or so before you could actually use this to actually start the engine up. Now this doesn't apply to every car, and you can't do this with every vehicle, but this particular car you can do it to that. So if we give it enough time, but obviously you have to be within radio range if you're using a factory remote to actually start the engine up. But if you just wanted to do that and then walk off, you can if you didn't have your phone with you to actually gain access to the app. So from here, you could unlock the car, jump in, and again, drive off. So one thing I'd like to also add, this car has a ghost on it. Now, the ghost is an additional security the customer wanted on the car. So the alarm system itself has its own immobilisation, which I'm not going to go into, but you can still start the engine up with the ghost being in play. But as soon as you put it into gear, it will kill it unless you actually put your combination in there. So I'm just going to show you that. So if you do have a ghost on your car and you want an engine remote start, call us, speak to us about that, because in most cases we could still do this even if you've got a ghost in your car. So I'm just going to show you this bit at the moment. So we'll just let it run for a sec. to jump in, but what I'm not going to do is enter any PIN code to deactivate the ghost. So as soon as I put it into gear, it's killed it. It's killed the car. So your ghost is still protecting the car, even after you've unlocked the door and disarmed the actual Pandora system. So in effect, the Pandora system is no longer immobilised because you've disarmed it, but the ghost is still active. So what you have to do is enter the PIN code, and it actually disengage the immobiliser, and you can just drive off. Simple as that, really. So if you've still got ghost security on there and you don't want to lose that ghost, and you wanted this sort of system in there, it is possible, and it will give you double protection as well. So to make this all happen, we have to take one of your spare keys. So you've got to have to sacrifice your keys. But what we do, we actually have to take it to board level. So the key is taken apart, stripped apart completely, and it's hidden in the module. And we have to actually solder wires onto the board. So basically, in effect, we're going to be destroying your key. But it's the only way it works. But the key will not stay live in the car. It only powers up when the engine remote start activates, and then it will power it down again. And that's just the way it works. So basically the module that we put it into, and it's quite a small module, so the key's quite tight and snug in there, so it's hidden away. So when the module actually powers it up, powers the key up, then it becomes active, the engine remote start would activate, and then it will power the key down, and the key's no longer active again. So it's quite clever in how it works. Demonstrate how you know we sort of do that. And because we've got the key to actually activate the power on it, we'd also could wire up the lock and unlock on it, which is what we did with this particular car. So what that means is that if I use the app to lock, it would actually lock the car, but it's using the factory key that's actually buried in the car to actually do that. It's activating that button. And when you come to unlock it, it does the same. So it'd unlock the car and also disarm the BMW alarm system as well as the Pandora system. So there you have it. This is a BMW M140i, and we fitted an engine remote start to it.